Whoa, it's fighting. This is a bigger fish. This is a bigger fish. Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Adventure Fishing UK. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to catch tiger trout in the UK. So before we get into it, just to let you know, tiger trout aren't wild to the UK. They are a cross between a brown trout and a brook trout, I believe, and they are stocked in quite a lot of reservoirs and quite a lot of places. Fortunately, that also means they're extremely similar to brown trout and rainbow trout and how you're going to catch them. So I'm not going to be teaching you anything trout specific because I could spend a long time talking about trout fishing. So today it's just going to be how you can really increase your chances at catching a tiger trout when you're out fishing. Now, I do love a tiger trout, and it's easy to see why when you see one, and I know for a lot of people this is a bucket list fish. A lot of people just like to catch different species of fish in the country, and I can say for sure that you will love catching a tiger trout. And I love trout, and a tiger trout is just something else. They look so cool. They're such a stunning fish, so good luck if you follow these tips. Hopefully you might get yourself one and I'll catch you down the road. So your gear doesn't have to be anything specific. We'll talk about location first. So you have to be somewhere with tiger trout actually in to catch them. So I'll just do a quick bit of research and I'll show you a few places, but it's going to be down to you that you're going to have to search for places in your area. And different areas will have different rules, different reservoirs. Some reservoirs don't stock them. Today I'm at MZ Reservoir. You can get a day ticket for this. They stock blue trout, Spartic trout, rainbows and browns here. So there's plenty of variety, but today we're after the tiger trout, just for the sake of this video. The fortunate thing about here is they allow lure fishing. So my setup is the ultralight Fish Rig 180 by Rigged and Ready. Really nice semi-telescopic travel rod this. I've got it paired with the, let me just get the light on it, the Abu Garcia 2000S spinning reel. 20-pound braid I've got on at the moment with down to an 11-pound fluorocarbon leader. And then I've just got a simple spinner on the end. So because you just catch them like you catch trout, just fish like you know how, and just hope you get on one. With fly fishing it's similar, but the one difference is when you're fishing for stock trout, you can look at, this is probably the biggest tip, look at your Angling Association website, look at the catch reports of this place you're going to, see what flies other people are using, and that'll give you a really good indication. And you can also, a lot of these places, for example here, part of Skipton Angling Association, they have a Facebook page, and members are more than happy to help you out, and they'll give you clues as to what's fishing well on the reservoir, and then it's just a matter of finding the fishing probability. So I'm sure today we'll get onto one. They do have a reputation for being a tad more aggressive than the normal trout, so feel free to slightly upscale your lures. I'm not sure how true that is, or spinners, and just see how it goes. Just get casting, keep covering as much ground as you can. If you're fly fishing, follow the rises. I'm not going to go into much fly fishing detail, but look at the flies people are talking about and ask people and talk to people on your way around. This is the lovely MZ Reservoir in North Yorkshire. This is my go-to venue for tiger trout because I like to lure fish. A lot more places have got fly, but this is a special place and it lets you spin. So I'm starting things off old school today. We've got a size 2 copper or bronze, I suppose, Meps Aglia. These are really good spinners. These are what I started fishing on, and I have used the Savage Gear ones a lot lately, but this is what we're kicking off with today. This is one of my favourite parts of this reservoir. It's the only inflow of water. Well, there's a few little ones, but it's the main one. So on a day like today, you'd imagine a lot of the fish going to be concentrated around here. That's always how I approach fishing reservoirs and stuff, particularly if I've not been before. I look for the inflows of water, and that's always your best bet for where to start. Hi, any luck? Oh, fish on. It's fighting well, wherever this is.
For YouTube?
Yeah. Adventure Fishing UK now.
Yeah, right, yeah. I'll tell you a story when you've done the duck.
Oh, it's a tiger, I think.
Is that tiger?
Might be. Either that or a brown.
Yeah. I lived in London up to, and I saw your video.
Yeah.
And I saw that to move up here. It took a long time to move here because of COVID.
Yeah.
We moved to Loddesdale. And I must have watched your video about 50 or 60 times.
Really? Yeah, I've been putting plenty of videos out at the moment. I've really been going through in the Lake Districts and stuff.
Yep.
So I've just caught my biggest ever tiger trout fairly soon after getting fishing with the
Have you had the Spartek yet?
No, never had a Spartic.
Oh, they're fantastic.
But look at the length on this fish.
You had a Spartek about 3.5 pound plus, so you knew you got something on the tail.
Look at it just recovering there. What a beautiful fish. The tigers actually get a hell of a lot bigger than that one just then. Those ducks just interrupted me. Yeah, they get a lot bigger than that. So I'm going to carry on. There's also Spartic trout in here, as you've probably overheard. That guy asking me if I've caught one. They rarely show up, but they're an absolutely gorgeous fish if you can catch one. There's blue trout, there's rainbows. It'd be nice to have one of those too, especially a good one. So I'm going to soldier on, keep fishing, and try to get a couple more fish. A good example of how you can use your club's angling association page or website or Facebook or social media or anything to increase your chances at catching there for, well, I was going to say catching tiger trout, but it's the same as any trout. Is I saw somebody had posted a picture of a trout they'd caught and gutted, and there's loads of beetles inside it, so then I'd know if I was a fly fisherman to come and use beetles. And that's not something, it's not a luxury you have when you're fishing for wild trout, really, because most of the time nowadays it's all catch and release. These tiger trout here are catch and release as well, but because people take the others, you can get a pretty good grasp of what they're eating. I find it so important to cover ground. Not sure if that's just my personal fishing style or what's genuinely best, but say for now, for a tiger trout, you've just got no idea where one's going to be in here, because there's only a finite amount of them in a place like this. And I personally believe that you've got more chance going to the fish than you do the fish coming to you. So I've gone pretty much all the way around. Pretty much all the way around this reservoir now. I'm on my way back round again. Cover ground, get your thing in as much water as you can. And sooner or later you'll hit one. I also slow my retrieve down slightly when we're talking stocked fish rather than wild. Again, it's just personal preference. I do that because I don't feel like stocked fish are as fit and as fast and as agile as wild fish. So you can use that to your advantage and just slow your retrieve down a bit. Plenty of fish rising around here. That's where you want to be. Now you would actually have the best chance possible if you took both a fly rod and a spinning rod with you, if you're allowed to. So right now I can see a lot of fish rising, and I was going to bring my fly rod, but I'm in the middle of moving house, so it's packed away in boxes. So just a spinning rod for me today, but if you have the option for both, then it's definitely a wise idea. Fish, fish. Oh, oh. This feels like a gooder one. This feels like a slightly better one. Rainbow, I think, but I'm not too sure. Whoa, it's fighting. This is a bigger fish. This is a bigger fish. Good job I didn't snap me off then. My drag was a bit too tight. I'm getting out of a snag earlier. Putting up a fair fight, this one. It's a rainbow. Still not ready. This is one strong fish for its size. It's no monster, but it's a very fit, well-conditioned fish. Got him. And the hook's out already. Now if I actually ate fish, this would be a lovely one to take. Really pristine trout. Quite a chunky rainbow, this. Gave one hell of a fight for its size. Got a bit of character too. Got a chunk out of its fin. But yeah, look at that. Compared to the size of my hand, it's the biggest trout I've had in a while, that's for sure. On the spinner as well. I might actually even get a quick weight on this fish. In fact, no, I'm not going to get a weight on it. It's about 2.5, about 3 pound. In the interest of sending him on his way, I'll just let him go. What a view. Look at this. Look at this for a sunset. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop me a like too. And get in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Catch you down the road.